Eagle Sessions Training Camp.
Here I am, it's the on-campus kingpin, yes I am.
Gayle Saunders, Eagle Sessions, skinnypost.com, and we are here talking training camp, and we're talking wide receiver depth. And what better day to talk about wide receiver depth than today when the Eagles lose Jeremy Maclin to a torn right ACL. You're sitting down, you get the news of Maclin go down. I swear, you get that Jason Peters feeling you had last season. You're just like, But anyway, let's talk about the wide receiver depth. We have to talk about it now because somebody is going to have to step up in this wide receiver core. Now, Deshaun Jackson, of all receivers, Deshaun Jackson is a guy that has to be that number one receiver, even though he's a number two type receiver. He's got number one speed, but not size. But he's going to have to be that number one guy. And Chip Kelly loves Deshaun Jackson's skill set. He's a guy that can make the big play. He's a home run hitter. He's had some good rapport with Nick Foles and Michael Vick. Jeremy Maclin went down with his injury. It was a non-contact injury. So don't forget, back in 2006, Maclin had an ACL tear. But it's sad to see him not in this lineup. So who's the guy that's going to step up behind him? You're looking at Riley Cooper right now. Aurelius Ben actually went. He had a hyperextended knee. I believe he's going to be okay. That's the word on the streets, is he's going to be okay. But Riley Cooper is a big target. He's the guy that the Eagles hoped last season would come to life. He showed some flashes, had some good rapport with the Nick Foles. At all times, Cooper's going to have to show up. And with Maclin going down, here's his opportunity. Let's talk about Jason Avant. Jason Avant has been around a long time. He's got ridiculous hands. I mean, the guy can catch anything. And at all times that he shines the most, it's in training camp. You see the ridiculous catches he makes on a daily basis. He's a good slot receiver, but he just doesn't have the speed to back it up. And Chip Kelly's offense, however, he likes smart receivers. He also likes speed. So can he bring that to the table? Not so much. Good locker room guy, yes. His roster spot could be in question. But let's talk about other guys that could challenge him in the slot. You have guys like Damaris Johnson. Damaris Johnson is a guy who's pretty versatile in the sense that he plays special teams. He could be an excellent punt returner. Last season, he returned one to the house. Last training camp, he was one of the guys that stood out to me the most. The thing that you like about him, he's 5'8" and has a world of talent. He doesn't have the size, but he has a lot of guts. He can even line up in the backfield. And in Chip Kelly style offense, you never know. Receivers can get the ball, and Damaris Johnson could actually be that kind of guy for Chip Kelly. Now it's going to be interesting to see who else challenges to get this slot position. Right now you're looking at a rookie, Russell Shepard, who went undrafted. It's kind of interesting about Russell Shepard because in high school he was one of the highest recruited quarterbacks coming out of high school with Matt Barkley. And they actually met on a couple recruiting trips. Chip Kelly actually recruited him to come to Oregon, but he ended up going to LSU. At LSU, he kind of got lost in the mix and ended up being a jack of all trades coming out of college. Some people even thought he could potentially be a defensive back. I mean, being a quarterback, a receiver, possibly play defensive back. This guy's pretty talented. and pretty versatile. And he really wants to be a special teams ace. He's had a great rapport with Matt Barkley, and Michael Vick says if any guy that stood out or a rookie that stand out the last couple practices, it's been Russell Shepard. So get to know that name very well. Another player that the Eagles signed, a receiver out of Boston College, took a year off due to injuries, didn't get to play his senior year. Fenimore, big target, 6'7", 2 and some change. The guy's got a lot of speed, runs a 4.45 around that. I mean, for a guy that size that could run that fast, it's pretty ridiculous. He's had the injury bug, so hopefully, I mean, it's, you know, they like something in his skill set. They like the big receivers. Can he block? That'd be interesting to see moving forward. Fenimore is a guy that could use his size to outmatch any smaller DB. I mean, boxing guys out. I've heard that he's already been doing that in camp. So that'll be interesting to see moving forward if he can make a roster spot. I'm not sure. I like the size. I want to touch on Aurelius Ben as well, coming out of Tampa Bay. Aurelius Ben brings a lot to the table in the sense he's a good blocker, potential playmaker, can play special teams. He's a big body target. You know, it didn't really work out for him in Tampa Bay, being that the fact that they had, you know, they had Vincent Jackson and Mike Williams, who were their two targets. They had that, you know, ability to let a guy like that go. And the Eagles like something in Aurelius Ben. Hopefully he brings his blocking skills to the table. Right now I know he has a hyperextended knee. But I'm pretty excited to see what he brings to the table. Hopefully on Sunday I get to see him out there on the field. Also, you know, the Eagles also have Greg Salas. He was drafted in the 4th round by the St. Louis Rams. Had some injury problems while he was with the Rams, and then he ended up getting cut a year later, and the New England Patriots took a flyer on Salas. Now, he showed some flashes. I mean, if the Patriots are picking you up, there's a reason why they're picking you up. It didn't quite work out there. He had injuries, you know, so that's the thing with Salas. He's a slot guy who could also play on special teams. He's pretty versatile as well. Following up from Salas, there's B.J. Cunningham. He's just, you know, he's a roster body. He was drafted by the Dolphins last season, got cut, ended up making it to the Eagles practice squad. I'm not sure if he pushes some of these guys to get playing time. The Eagles also recently signed David Ball. He was a receiver that played with Chip Kelly at UNH. The guy actually had 58 touchdowns, broke Jerry Rice's record in college. So, I mean, the guy has had some skills at that level, had some experience in the NFL, did not get drafted out of UNH, but he played with the Chicago Bears and the New York Jets and floated around the CFL. So the Eagles have an opportunity to bring another big size target. Chip Kelly knows the skill set. However, the guy is 29 years old. Chip Kelly's probably giving him an opportunity to be a camp body and compete for a position. Eagle fans out there, how do you feel about our wide receiver depth? I know, man, Jeremy Maclin is out. It's ridiculous. Hurts my feelings. My day kind of sucks because of that. But, I mean, life goes on. That is football. We have to move forward. But I'm Gayle Saunders, Eagle Sessions. Living the dream, not as in Dream Team, but living the dream.